Hi, and welcome back to Biselleh Torah. Vayyigash is the parasha that we're reading this week. A very painful story it is of Judah, the primary brother who becomes the spokesman of all of the brothers of Jacob, confronts this man, Joseph, whom he knows as Asnat Paneach. That's his Egyptian name. He does not realize that he is Joseph. And what has transpired until now has been that this unknown entity, this vizier over Egypt, sends the children of Jacob back, scuttling to their father with demands that he will only release Shimon when they return, Simon, one of the brothers, with the youngest son, Benjamin, whom he frames with a goblet. And finally, Judah approaches this vizier, this personage whom we know is Joseph, Vayyigash elav, and he approaches him. And Rashi makes the point on this, saying he approaches him with harsh words. And if you look at the beginning of the parsha, it is remarkable the rush of words that just literally gush out of Judah, confronting this man with what is perceived as crimes that he is asking him to commit against his own family. It's a powerful statement by this man that came up with a bright idea of selling Joseph to some passing Ishmaelites for some silver, pulling him out of the pit, making some money off of him, and dumping him into some unknown place where he probably would die. And now Joseph meets his brother again, and working into his mind, we can't help but question what is Joseph's motivation. And it may become apparent in this week's parsha, where, as Rashi observes, as I mentioned before, that Judah approaches Joseph using harsh words, this long passage of words that he throws out at Joseph, accusing him of committing and making him commit a terrible travesty. What has happened? Change. And maybe that's the moment that Joseph has been waiting for all this time. Judah has become transformed. Events in his life have gone far from perfectly. Things have happened, spiraled out of his control, Judah's control, that is, and have changed as a result. This man, who once was a villain, and now becomes, in the twilight of his years, a Baal Teshuvah. And as we know from our tradition, where a Baal Teshuvah, somebody who's done full repentance, stands, even the greatest tzaddik or a Kohen Gadol pales by comparison. Judah has become worthy of his name. And we, as Jews that take our name from Judah, aspire to that same transition, that ability to be able to transform ourselves from what we are today into something different tomorrow, into something that we used to be, into something new and renewed. That's the power of Teshuvah. That's the power displayed by Judah. And that is ultimately why Joseph, realizing that Judah has become a different individual, why he weeps and finally relents and embraces his brother and says, "Ani Yosef, I'm your brother." And he absolves them of all the guilt that they carry with them by saying, "And it's God who brought me to this place. Do not think ill of yourselves." And all ends on a very high note, where a Baal Teshuvah stands. Even the Holy of Holies pales by comparison. May we be worthy of such a change.